Yo, what's up? It's me, Habibi, and today we're doing another short guide video on advisor events. And before we go into more detail about that, I actually want to give away another DLC. As many of you know, I've been giving away DLCs on all my videos via raffles and via comment picking and stuff like that. However, I want to change that, and from now on, all of my DLC giveaways will just be a serial number right in the beginning or right at some point in the video. So here it is. Here's the Cossacks DLC. If you don't have Cossacks, enter that in. And if you're one of the first viewers, enter that in, and you can get the Cossacks DLC that I'm giving away for this video. If you are watching this and you want DLCs, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you can be one of the first people on the video and get all the DLCs. Also, let me know down below in the comments what DLCs you are missing so I know which ones to buy for my video. Anyways, if that worked for you, congratulations. Let people know, or don't let people know. It's really up to you. So what exactly are advisor events? Advisor events are events that trigger when you have a level 3 advisor or higher. All of these events can happen only once per game. Most of the events can only usually happen once per game, and your advisor has to be level 3 or higher. The type of event depends on the type of advisor. And there's going to be the first two we're going to look at are actually military advisors. The first advisor we're going to look at is the Commandant, the discipline advisor. So what we do is we get him to level 3, and essentially we wait 300 months. Yeah, 300 months we wait. That's where the mean time for it to happen, which is like the average time for this event to fire. However, there are ways to increase the time for it to fire. And that is by getting innovative ideas. I know not many people get innovative ideas, but that's something to consider when you're getting your idea sets. So what does the discipline level 3 discipline advisor event give you? And here we go. I of course use the console, but in a game, what you would use, you would just have to wait for it, right? You would have to be lucky to fire this event fast, or to fire it faster, right? And as you can see right here, Qasim Bey, that's the name of our advisor, our discipline advisor. A drill master par excellence, Qasim Bey has turned our army into clockwork automatons that don't flinch on the battlefield. And you can see we have two options. We can either get 1 stab and 10 discipline for 6 years, or 50 prestige and 10 discipline for 6 years. Of course, 10 discipline is a massive number, and this could be the difference between losing and winning a war. And you know, on top of your advisor, the 5 discipline, that is 15 discipline that you're gonna get for a minimum of 6 years. Keep in mind though that this event can only fire once per game, so be sure to try to use it in a timely manner, just like how you would use your golden era or even the build to force limit mission. The next advisor we will be looking at is the land maintenance modifier advisor. And this advisor, you might be thinking, why do you want a land maintenance modifier advisor? It's kind of counterintuitive. It's not like the discipline advisor where it gives you discipline. The land maintenance advisor for some reason gives morale of armies, and not only morale of armies, he gives morale of armies for 6 years, and he gives 20% morale of armies. As you can see, Ilyas Baybars, that's the name of the advisor. Troops feel good when they know a person is directing operations. Ilyas Baybars is probably the greatest military mind our country's ever seen. And you can see that we can now get either a stab or 50 prestige and get the morale of armies. And you might be thinking, wow, this is insane. Keep in mind, the mean time for this to trigger is 300 months. That is a long time of waiting and keeping a level 3 advisor, and you would have to be pretty lucky to fire it right in the beginning of the game. Let's say like your Mamluks, you're about to death war Ottomans. You could use this strategy, like the discipline or the land maintenance guy, right in the beginning of the game to try to trigger the event. However, if you're unlucky, you could be all the way in the end of the war before you even trigger the event, and that's like an entire war where you're using a land maintenance guy versus a morale of armies or discipline guy. What other advisor events are worth mentioning? Well, in terms of military, in my opinion, there's not really that many other good ones. Of course, I'll leave the wiki link down below so you can look through the wiki page on your own. But for example, the morale guy, the army reformer guy, his event is minus 10 tech cost, which can be useful, and minus 10 mil tech cost, sorry, and which can be useful, but it's not as useful as, let's say, 20% morale or 10 discipline. Outside of the military, however, we do have the natural scientist, which will the event will trigger. And yes, the event will trigger and you will get a minus 10 admin tech cost. You can use this specifically. A good time to use this is when you're behind in admin tech after rushing economic ideas or rushing a admin idea group. And you want to catch up in admin tech. Let's say you want to get to your next idea group ASAP. You can use this guy. You can get this level 3 natural scientist to get minus 10 admin tech cost for 6 years, which can help you out, boost out to maybe 1 or 2 techs, which it's not that much, minus 10, but it is something considerable. The next one we will be looking at, and the final one we'll be looking at, is the navigator. This one's only useful if you're like playing Colonial game, right? And maybe let's say you are just like right out of Colonial range, or maybe even as Portugal, you want to buff, you want to just add on more Colonial range modifiers so you can explore the entire world in the first 30 years of the game, which you can do using the Portuguese flagship. The navigator event, which could be very useful. The navigator event can give you 10% more Colonial range, and that might seem insignificant, but keep in mind Colonial range is additive, which means that when you stack in Colonial, when you add range from flagship as well as range from Portuguese traditions, as well as any other modifiers you can get, you will end up having an insane Colonial range, and you'll be able to see the entire world in like essentially the first 30 years of the game as Portugal. Yep, that's about it in terms of advisors and advisor events. If you yourself want to look at the list of advisor events and look how you can also maximize your advisors and trigger advisor events on your own, you should check out this wiki page that I will leave down below in the description. So yep, that's about it for this short guide video. I know many of you guys already know that this exists, but not many people know what exactly triggers them and what exactly you get out from what advisor. So definitely check this out. There's a bunch of different modifiers here that you can use that can help you out depending on what kind of situation you are in. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. And speaking about next videos, I'm editing the Min videos, I'm editing Ryuku videos, I'm editing my new campaigns that I've started, and also editing non-EU4 content. So if you're wondering why I'm taking a lot, I just have built up a lot of content that I need to edit, and over the course of February I plan to edit it all and make it into video. So stick around, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.